Hello everybody, I'm live. Today we will be coloring in Heaven Fairy special. But before we start, I want to show you that I got two of my three things that I ordered. I don't know why I didn't get my Cabbage Patch Kids thing, but I was supposed to get it because I ordered it all at the same time. So I don't understand why I didn't get my Cabbage Patch Kids one. But I got the Gothic Fantasies by Ines Guerrero. Some of you may have seen this already on my Instagram. I colored this with the new MemOffice picture, so I did that one already. This is just a beautiful, stunning issue. This one, I believe, is sold out. You can't even get it anymore. So I want you, everybody, to think about that night meeting. You know, just the prettiness of this. You know, like, I just love different things that she does with her books. So a lot of you may have seen this already. So, but we're going to be coloring in the Jenna Prozavina. I have made a vow that I will finish the Jenna Prozavina. I think this year I'm going to try and finish some books. Like I like the Wicked one. Could do some really nice things with this. I want to finish some Color in Heaven issues. So hello to the two people in the chat. Hello, say hello. I'm not going to bite. We don't bite here. So say hello. Love this. This is the Ace of Spades, which is new and exclusive. Like all of these are like new and exclusive. The Star, Astral Sabbath. It's kind of dark, but I love Ines Guerrero. I mean, give me Ines Guerrero and I say, take my money, please. That's how beautiful of an artist I think she is. I'm like, take my money. Give me it. Like, there are certain illustrators, and when they come up with a book, I will gladly do them. But right now, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not buying the Maria Trolle or the things like that, you know. So, the Wolf, Dreams of Wolves. When I see this, I think of Sansa Stark and her wolf, who I think of one of the Game of Thrones characters. Come on, we all think it. Moon Witch. Gorgon. There's some beautiful pages here, aren't they? Like, I look at this and say to myself, just how stunning the Raven King. When I see this, I think of Game of Thrones with the whole scene with Bran and the guy that he became, the three-eyed raven. Beauty's Lament and the Beast. This is a take on a fairy tale. You know, I always like what she does. Escapist reading. These would be good for Halloween, this book. So, The Witch is Waiting. I always love seeing what these things do. Carousel and Tears. Giostra in Lacrime, which means Carousel and Tears. A lot of these are going to be exclusive to this magazine. Yay to the four people here. This one is different. The Car. Hi, Kim. How are you? Look at this. Isn't this nice? The Oracle of the Forest. I got really lucky because I had been, I knew we were going to move, and I was like just waiting and waiting to get the address. You're pretty dark today. I'm not dark today. The book is dark. Emperor. Moon Unicorn Child. Oh, can we lighten that? I don't know if I can lighten that. I can see if I can lighten that, but I'd have to go back to the camera to do that. I wanted it to be balanced, but when I tried to lighten it, hold on, let me see if we can just, I can get more light in the one, because I have the window open. So let's see if I can get the light open. Let's see if I can get the light. How's that? Is that better, Kim? But this is not the book we're coloring from today. I'm just showing you guys. I saw someone who did this in purple and pinks and blues. I was like, oh. I saw someone who did an amazing job with this picture. Sacrosanct. Four of Wands. Stand up. Because I turned on the light, opened up the window a little bit more. The Moon. Melancholy. Priestess. And that's the end of that book. So I got that done. Then I got the Fledgling Fairies. Now, I was supposed to get Cabbage Patch Kids with this order, and I did not get that, so I'm thinking maybe because that's a collection, maybe they're shipping it separately. So then I got the Fledgling Fairies, and these are 40 beautiful designs by Christine Karen, including 10 new and exclusives. So there are like a few new images. Isn't that cute? That is really cute, this little frog. I love these little things. So that's the first one is Best Froggy Friend. This next one is Bird Bath. I always like Christine Karen. So we do Droplet. I like her more adult ones, but she has some really cute stuff too. Fairy Heart. Good Morning Fairy. Little Fairy Boy. Little Fairy Monster. Pea Elfin. Summer Rain. Among Dragons. Now, I remember doing something very similar. It's not exactly one. Astral Fae. Spring Wind. You know. I can't find my livers, so I'm thinking maybe I gave away my livers. That's a shame because there's a picture that I did almost exclusively with livers, and I'm like, oh, Moonchild Fae. I remember doing this picture a while back. Grace Fairy. Some of these I remember doing in another Christine Karen book. Over the Rooftops. The Magic Flute. I remember this one in a grayscale. Someone did this in a grayscale. I might have given them away off stream. Someone might have asked me for them off camera. I might have given them. So, yeah, there were people before I moved who were asking me for certain things off camera. Angel Eyes. Or maybe I haven't unpacked them yet. Dreamy Fae. Fae Darling. There's some ones that have like a little bit of a grayscale tint to them. Wood Elflin. I like this Wood Elflin. Fairies with Fox Baby. Fairy Flower Crown. Fairy Dust. I already have selected, you know, you guys may not be aware, but I have selected like 3 or 4 books that I want to finish this year. Isn't it cute? Fairy Dust. Fairy Flower Bouquet. Like, I love the Color in Heaven magazines because you get to experience different artists. But here's the thing, because I have so many Color in Heavens right now, I'm only going to, if I buy any more Color in Heavens, they have to be books that I really, really want because I have so many of them. Sugar Plum Fairy. Seedling. I may keep a few of them. I may not keep them because, you know, there's so many of them I have. Like Leaf Rider. Happy Fairy. Starcatcher. And then I have a lot of hardcovers too. So Fox Rider. Soulmates. Now, this one kind of has like a little bit of a grayscale. Who thinks this has a little bit of a grayscale to it? Forest Sprite. Fairy Magic. They are expensive. They're like $18 with shipping and handling. Fae Messengers. But they are beautiful. Like my Maud Lemoyne. Like if you're not on subscription for them, they are expensive, but the best way, I tell people this, honest to God, is get the, so today's picture, we are coloring today L'Oreal. This is this one. This one. As you can see, I have put some black construction paper down because when you color with markers, this thing is going to bleed. And right now I don't have my good blotter pages right now, so all I am using 2 pieces of construction paper, which I think should be enough. So who wants, let's decide. These are the MemOffice ones, so when I'm done with these will be another container. my mother had bought these containers. And so what I decided to do with my refills is put all the thin refills in this thing for the Copics. I'm still going through this, but this is all like Copic refills that I have that are the skinnier. These are the skinnier ones. These are like the newer ones. These are like the ones going. This is the one. This is the way the Copic markers will be going forward. The old ones, the old refills. The older refills look like this. This is what the older ones look like. So keep that in mind when you do the refills. So I have those. So that way you understand what I did. So when you do that, you understand what I did. And as you can see, I have a bunch of books in here. That was where we were doing the bed. All the other stuff in there. So you guys get an understanding of where we are in this crazy house until everything is properly set up. And it might take a year or two before we get everything. And you know what I mean by properly set up, Kim. I even have the little lamp here. I have my phone here in case anything happens. So everything is going to be a learning process. So what color should we make her hair? If we're going to do everything in reds and if we're going to do pinks, purples, what color should we make her hair? What color should we make her hair? I did put some things down, but the markers aren't coming out very well. I want to show you some colors come out really well in them, and then some colors do not come well. Blue, you want a blue here? We can do blue. We can do crazy blue. No, it's green gray. $67 pastel blue. Let's see what pastel blue looks like. 67. Do I have a 67? And this is what 67 looks like. Light blue pen. I always like to see what people do with their hair. These markers are kind of weird because some of them are dry. Like when I was testing them, some of them were really dry. And then when I put it on paper, they weren't as dry. This is the thing. Sometimes the chart paper is really, when they give you the chart, the paper is really glossy. So keep that in mind. That paper is really glossy. So it's not the best judge of how your paper is going to perform. Like, I love blue. I haven't done blue hair in a while. I don't think I've done blue hair. I love colorful markers, but sometimes colorful markers can be difficult. You think so? You know, I do like her work. Well, sometimes people look at hard illustrations, like they look at the illustrations in Serene and go, oh, it's going to, you know, someone said they didn't buy Serene because A, the price tag was so much money. And I kind of was like, it's worth the money to get Serene, but There was a book today that I saw that I really liked on Etsy, but I'm like, I'm not paying $75 because of the shipping. The shipping is outrageous these days for some things. So that's also what's hurting too, you know. It's the reason why a lot of us are not buying some books. I'm not buying books right now because I'm still on land where I'm like, I'm gonna have to buy a bookshelf at some point just to do some organization. It is. It's an absolute insanity how things are out of control price-wise. Like even when I go to the store, me and my mother now are like, we look at everything when we go to places. But you know, there are places like the Dollar Tree. Yeah, I never had a Dollar Tree before, Kim. So see, and I'm used to doing everything in brush tones, and you know, when I also wrote down links where you can buy books. There's two places to buy Color in Heaven. You buy them either directly from there are three London Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is really great, and then there's this store. It's called Aldi's, or it was known formerly as Willow Tree, but the stuff is very affordable. It's not like you know, and they're owned by Trader Joe's too. I found out. So there's some things there, you know. I like Dollar Tree because you can get stuff that's not a lot of money. So about $1 or less. And there's also a place called Five Below in Lake Forest. I bought this really pretty cup. Is that her hair or is that leaves? I can't tell because this is so hard to tell with the hair the way it is. I love Five Below too. I was really disappointed because I can't, who knows what I'm talking about when they kind of understand what I'm talking about. Crazy hair color. Now, this is the book that I think I'm going to try and finish this one. Like the three to four books that I have decided that I want to finish is Fairy Tales by Emil and Idaho Oldberg. I want to finish that one because I've had it for a while. I want to finish the Carolina Coastal one, the original, On the Other Side of Dreams, or The Other Side of Sleep, as it's called. And I have been looking at pages and trying to go through your list of things that I have saved in playlists. You know, every month I save the playlist. Like I make it as I go along. Sometimes I'll see June finished pages, May finished pages for that month. Now, even though I wasn't streaming, I was watching some videos, but sometimes it gets out of hand and I have to delete videos because it's just so many now of you guys doing videos, and I love watching those. The finished pages are always my favorite ones to watch. I also love filming it. This happens to be one of those books I want to finish. Like that, the hair. I also started watching the new Resident Evil series on Netflix, so I really like that. Me and my mother are watching Stranger Things. My brother tried to get me into it when I was at his house. I didn't really want to watch it. It's actually pretty darn good, Stranger Things. I think my favorite character is probably Mike and Dustin. I just love Dustin. He's just such a great character. I got it all her hair. What color is this? 147 is pale lilac. I don't have my charts, so I have to rely on my memory of colors. See, I also have to look in here to see if I 147. Yeah, 147 over here. Some of these colors didn't show up at all, so I'm like kind of upset. But then sometimes you just go on instinct on what the colors are. The fairies can have a lot of different colors. Here. I am looking forward to Link's season 2. Wednesday, I'm looking forward to Virgin River. And you all know that left on such a cliffhanger. I'm like, oh, why did they leave it on such a cliffhanger? I don't like when shows end on cliffhangers. It's not that I don't have a problem with it. I just don't like when they do that. Who's like me? They don't like when they end show, like they end the season on a cliffhanger, and you're like, no, what? You can't end it like that. What's going to happen next? I think I'm going to make her wings like a dark pink. Thank you. Can I miss that? Sometimes when you're coloring, you don't even realize what you're missing. That's okay. It's just like, it seems like you're only one here. 84 pastel violet. Oh, for the lips. Oh, that's terrible. That's too close. When the color's too close, you can't really use it. So what we'll do is we'll put it as a red. Carmine, cover it up. And I think red is, just red. Red is 11, which is this nice bright color. I wasn't going to put red in, but every time I put red in, and I constantly find things that are surprising about markers. I found like 4 colors that don't really work in this set very well. I was kind of upset about that. Thinking cream, something like that. Pink, I want a bright pink. 9, pale pink. Gotta see what 9 is. Do I have 9 here? No, I do not have 9. This is what 9 is. So as you can see, I didn't do the color chart like I normally do, but 9 is always pretty. This is called pale pink, but it doesn't look pale. Sometimes I find that the colors that don't look it are like the best colors. I don't know. Everybody's probably doing something. You have to remember, it's 3:09 my time, so they're probably all having dinner already. I folded some clothes, did some stuff. I'm also watching this show called Control Z. I'm watching so many shows on Netflix now, it's not even funny. I'm going to have to finish something. I watched a lot of Resident Evil. It seems like Netflix really likes the horror stuff. This is actually a lot harder picture than I thought it was going to be. Well, sometimes you see a picture and you go, oh, this will be easy to color. You know, I'd like to tell people there's no such thing as an easy picture to color. Someone asked me, do I like mandalas more, or do I like coloring in different shades? Well, to tell you the truth, it doesn't matter to me. I like coloring all things, just depends on what my mood is, because I'm a mood colorist. I'm liking the hair though, Kim. Thank you for the hair idea. See, at least I can, I'm like, yay. Like, you know, I like, sometimes Michelle's on, so I don't go on when she's on. Do you have this issue, Kim? Or are you coloring from another issue? Like, I saw the Element Special. I really like that one. I saw the Ancient Egypt one, but I'm not getting them because I just have so many issues of Color in Heaven now. So I'm like, can tell, put the markers in containers so it would look good. The coloring is different. I can tell I have the MemOffice ones. You know, I like the colors. I like it all. Wait a minute, I forgot a little red dot. So, you know. So I'm going to put purple down again. Put that down there. And so they can get the 9 pink. Oh, I don't have those. What would you compare the mark art pencils to? Like, I started using my Star Joys, and I can tell you, honest to God, I do not like those pencils. Like, I like the deli pencils that they had before more than I like the current Star Joys that I have. I don't like my Star Joys. They break a lot. I'm having a hard time using them in paper. If I had to tell you which one I like better between the Color and the Star Joys, I would say the Colors I like better. And this is the one that I think I want to finish. And I want to do green. 59 is pale green. This is what the pale green looks like. Oh. You know, I don't have a problem with softer pencils. I actually prefer softer pencils. But the Star-Joys are just, like, I tried to color and they kept breaking on me every time I colored with them. I'm like, okay, this is not happening. And I was, first, okay, I go, okay, these are not pencils to be heavy-handed. They look like they're heavy-handed pencils because they're thick, like they're round, like the Artisans and the other pencils like my delis, but I was very upset. I don't like the Star-Joy, so I use them when I use some of my books where I'm like, okay, I'll just use this on the Disney pages and use these up instead of using my expensive ones. We will probably use a white pencil to finish off the little things in there. I thought the Star-Joys were going to be much easier to use. I've been using them in my Camilla de Erico book. The Cute and Creepy one. I'm actually liking the Cute and Creepy one. I think it's the only Camilla de Erico book I was able to save because my other two Camilla de Erico books were coming apart, like left and right in the seam. So what happened was I took the books that were falling apart and got rid of them because they were just falling apart, most of them, except for two. I think The Other Side of Sleep and this book, When I First Saw You. When I First Saw You is a very expensive book, so, but I know when I finished that, and that's also on my list to finish, When I First Saw You. The Other Side of Sleep, When I First Saw You, this book, and Fairy Tales are the 4 books that I want to complete this year. Those are the 4 books I definitely want to complete, but I don't know about the other 6. Because, you're supposed to come up with 10 for that hashtag, and since I haven't been doing it this year, it's like going to be like, okay, if I finish 5, that'll make me happy. I'd rather set a goal and just try to stick to that goal. Well, I think you have to be dedicated to finishing a book. You know how many books I finished yet last year. But that was because I was really dedicated to that challenge. That's why I was able to do it. And then I chose books that I always color in too, So part of doing that finished challenge thing is also picking the right things for yourself. I say that's part of the challenge to do it. I was able to figure out how to do my Amazon affiliates again, so you see some links down below. So I was able to figure out how to do it. So that helps me get stuff. I've been also buying stuff for the house. Little things here and there, not big things, but still it adds up. And I'm wondering what they're going to drop at San Diego Comic-Con. What's going to be announced tomorrow. Oh no, some dropped in there. Okay, we can always cover that up on the next page. I'm always like, I can always cover it up. See, the thing I don't like about this is some of these markers I can feel when they're drying up, and I've not used them much, so I'm kind of really upset about that. But for $20, I'm not going to get upset about the markers, you know. When I went into Dollar Tree, I even saw some markers on sale there, but that's because I already have markers. I don't think I should be getting frivolous items. I also have to get new dressers. So there's a lot of stuff in the house that has to be gotten still, you know. Not like you can just get everything you want right away. You got to figure out what you want to put on stuff too. Well, I miss my nieces a lot. I'm going to tell my nieces that though. I do miss them. And I do miss my brother's dogs because, you know, what I was doing with my brother was every day I would go for a walk with him in the morning. We'd walk in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon. If somebody took him for a walk. The dog likes to walk. He was such a happy little dog. Hi, Michelle. We're coloring out of Jennifer Savina's Color in Heaven issue, the fairies one. Two of my Color in Heavens came, but not the third one that I had ordered, which was the Cabbage Patch Kids one. I have, you know, we all had Cabbage Patch Kids when we were young. Right? So I was like, oh, I want one. Yeah, I found some of the Christmas special ones too. These are the MemOffice Markers. And then the skin tone. The skin tone is actually really easy. I think it was like, what is the number? 25. What is the other number? 28, 26. What was the other number here? There was another number here. 36. It was 28. I could have sworn I had number 28 here. Maybe it was salmon pink and 25 and 26, which is pastel peach. I'll probably run out of the skin tones first. We all know. So you know now we're doing skin. These are MemOffice markers. I got them for like $20 on Prime Day. You saw my Prime Day stream. Remember, markers will always come down dark, but they lighten up. Someone says to me, oh, when they use markers, it comes out blotchy. But I'm like, don't worry about it coming out blotchy because you know what? That's how we learn how to put down colors. And I put down the big one first because when I'm covering a large area, it just comes down faster if you put the big tip, unless I'm using my Copics. Someone told me if you do it in circles, it comes out better. And skin tones will probably be the first thing I run out of in this set. Hi, Emily. The only thing that I did not like about this set is that some of the markers were really dry when I colored with them, so I didn't use them. I'm a little upset about that, that some of the markers were dry. And I even said to Amazon, I would have given it a 4-star review had some of the markers not been dry. Like I think 3 or 4 colors were really dry. So that's what we did. But I want to show what came in the mail after Prime Day, after I'd done my Prime Day study dream, was Gothic Fantasy Special by Ines Guerrero. I was supposed to get the Cabbage Patch Kids one, and I did not. Then I also got the Fledgling Fairies one. This one, the Gothic Fantasy Special, this one is sold out right now, so I don't think you can get it through either the Color in Heaven or the other one. So I gotta find a deep pink. This is 89, which is pale purple. I think it'll go nicely. This is 89, but I don't think that's an accurate color. All right. And that's more of a purple color, but it works. Some people say do this when you color with markers, do it in rounds. Then it comes out better. But I don't know if it comes out better if you do it in rounds. The blue hair was Kim's idea, guys. But you see what happens if you do it round? And I learned this from I forget who told me this. I don't know which channel I learned it from. I'm pretty sure I learned it from one of the Copic persons. I don't think it was Belinda, but someone said if you color with the rounds things, might have been even on the Facebook group, someone was doing rounds. And they had less streaks with their markers. But you already see the color changes when it dries. I already see that the color has changed. The color has changed, like the tint of it. Just the whole tint of it has changed. I see how nice the pale purple. They say this is purple. See, but on the screen it's darker. And on the other thing it's brighter. So we got to come up with a 17 is pastel pink. I don't know if I have this. I've put this down as a color. No, I did not put this down as a color. That works. Not as bright as the other colors, but it'll work. 17. Very similar in color to that one. If you guys want, we could probably do another one. We got that in. So we have finished a picture. Yay, and I got all these little tabbies now. So now I can do tabbies really nicely. There. If you like that one. Didn't come out pretty? And this is what I'm doing right now in lithographic pencils. I used some of the Star Joys, but a lot of them broke while I was doing this, so I was like really upset. As you can tell, I'm not done with it, but it's almost done. I still have the little windows to do, the little hidden objects I have to do, make them different. So I'm probably going to do that with gel pen. So I like that one. You know, I like doing different things with it. Depending on what I want to do. Yay, in the second half, everybody comes. See, this one we did, but I never finished it. This one is called the whip book. As I call it the whip book because everything in here is whips so far. Call it the whip book. I should call it the whip book because I have not finished a single page in it. Believe it or not, I have not finished a single page. Here's one that I started, I stopped, I started, I stopped. You know, with this book, I start, I stop, I start, I stop. So it's like kind of funny, this book. That's the funny book, I call it. You know what I mean? Like, because it's so detailed, that book. They look simple, but they're not simple. Looking for a page to do. Thought this book would be good, but this is more complicated than I, you know, would like it to be. Ah. Steampunk, anybody? Does anybody want steampunk? Should we call another page in this book, or should we go into another thing in here? Hi, Robin. I think we should do another page in here. And everybody knows what the sign of, what is the sign of a nice juicy marker, everybody? Maybe we should do another one in here. Or we can do one in Fledgling Fairies. I'm going to say the first page, and one is always a good place to start. This is Fledgling Fairies. Or we can do one of these pages. You all saw this one yesterday. If you were on my Instagram, you saw me do this. So as soon as I got free time, I did this one. I didn't do a background because I just didn't think we needed one. I have ideas about what I want to do in this book. 83 is lavender. This is the new Ines Guerrero one. Sometimes I'm going to look on the chart to see if I did 83. 6. '81 is deep violet. No problem, Kim. So now we have 7 people, 4 streams. Did that twice. I think I want to do cobalt blue, which is 71. '71 is actually a really nice dark blue. You notice that? '71 is a pretty blue. I don't think I have it in this shade, but there's a nice Copic color that is really nice. I don't have it in this set. But I think I have the VO5, which is Azalea. VO5 Azalea. This is a pretty purple. Yes. Do people know what this is? Hi Louise, how are you? We finished the Jana Pravina, so we're doing another one from the new Ines Guerrero. Colin Heavwen. I thought the Savage one is just pretty. I do love my Color in Heaven magazines. I do spend quite a bit of money on them, but I think they're beautiful. I think they're worthwhile, depending on what you like. I'm not getting the elements, and I'm not getting the Ancient Ancients one. I know, right? I left links down below where you can get Color in Heaven magazines if you're interested in buying one issue. If you're interested in buying 1 or 2 issues, that's fine. When I lived back in New York, I was on subscription, and right now, until I get a job, I'm not going to go back on subscription because I have so many of them that I need to work in what I have. See, VO5. So now I gotta see in this if I have a VO5. What I did here, because I have so many Copics, I gotta see if I have any VO5s. But I put a lot of them in little trays. So until I get my bearings, they're all in little trays, VO5. So it's not trays, but I can see what I'm actually getting. Because I don't know where anything is, crazily enough. See, I don't see any purples in there. Found the VO5. And it's in the older container. That's what you do trying to sort out what you have and what you don't have. So, you know. Then in one of my pencil cases, I found a whole bunch of stuff. So you see, like I put all the thinner, the newer Copics in like a container like that because it's just easier to contain. Okay, I forgot to put a napkin around when I do this. I forgot how messy this is. Excuse me while I get a paper towel. And I don't have alcohol wipes. Amazingly, I gotta buy those. I have forgotten to buy alcohol wipes. I forgot how messy this is. That is why I don't like using Copics until I get the stuff I need. See, the new containers are easier in some ways to do them. The older ones, not so much. So we should be able to do that. We'll use both sets, but okay, next time I use Copics and try to refill. Sorry about that, guys. New house, I forgot the rules of alcohol markers. Hair for me is always the most difficult thing. Once I get past the hair, everything else is like a little bit easier for me. I always like that we can do different work on it. You know, Emily loves this artist. I think everybody loves Ines Guerrero. Ines Guerrero came out with the coloring book, like separate from her Color and Heavwen magazines. I'd buy it if it was affordable. I think a lot of times, you know, we've all been artists, but then we see those international shipping rates. You all know what I'm talking about. I saw a book today. The book would be almost $75 for. So a new artist. I really liked her art, but I'm like, not for $75 with shipping. The book came up to like $40, and then I was like, no, not that price. So when I'm done with this, I have to wash my hands now because that was a messier project than I thought it was going to be. That was not. See, I wanted you guys to see this. Look at my hand now. It's all purple. So that was not a good idea. Sometimes things look like a good idea, but they're not always the best idea. This is why sometimes these newer ones are better than the old ones. The old ones have more ink. I am going to be very honest about that. 76 sky blue. Do we have something? That's not a bad blue. I think we'll make that for the sky though. I love purple hair. Just because it's different. This is a MemOffice. You know, I've been watching a lot of Netflix while we've been off. You know, when I left New York, I had some money. That's why I've been able to survive a little bit longer than most people think it is. Most people think it's so easy. Oh, okay. That's okay, Louise. You know, you have to remember I'm like 3 hours ahead of, I think, everybody else here. So, I mean, 3 hours behind everybody else. So my time is 3:49. Your time is probably 6 or 7 or 8, depending on what you do. You know, once I get a job, I'm gonna have to start pre-recording videos again. So, I mean a job that I actually go into the office, or maybe remote work, or doing some kind of weird hybrid. I think it's important to always have nice colors. I like vibrant colors. Some people like more Gothic colors. And I'm not like doing a top 10 this year because it's just, there's a lot of things to do with the top 10 when you do it. So I kind of feel like you're obligated to do it. And I don't want to be obligated to do anything this year. Just do the things that I want to be like to do, you know? Someone asked me, do I feel like some of the paper has changed? And I go, what do you mean by paper changed? And this color is pale green. Naughty, how are you? We're coloring in Ines Guerrero's new one. But before that, we colored in this one. This is what we finished in the beginning of the stream. And I showed off my 2 new coloring books. This is the Gianna Pelzerino one that we did in the beginning. So we did that. So we'll call it Coloring and Coloring Heavwen magazine. So I put links down below where you can get the Coloring Heavwen books, if anybody's wondering. Isn't that nice? I know, I got to catch up on so many videos. But, you know, I tried to watch as many videos as I could, guys. It's just so hard to keep up with everybody's videos. Some of you do such beautiful work in the last few months. I kind of feel bad because I didn't finish anything, even when I was with my nieces, you know, because they, you know, they're aged, you know, at that point where they're like, I'm only going to color what I want to color for however long I want to color. I know I saw so many new channels while I was gone. You also have to remember, T, I spent like 10 days in the hospital at the end of March, so I was seriously ill. I'm not kidding about being seriously ill. You know, my mother even said to me, if you had that happen during the quarantine, they would not have seen you and you would have died of a lack of care. And I thought that was a very morbid thought my mother had. It was scary because I didn't know what was going on. You know, when you don't know what's going on, that can be a very scary place. But I mean that, guys. It's not even 16 is coral pink. I don't think I have this color in the MemOffice yet. That works. Then you do the blue. No, I went through a lot of changes this year, you know. I'm not just saying that I went through changes, you know. There was a lot going on with my life, you know. 18 is peach. No, I'm drinking a lot more water, I noticed. Peach. I think I have this color here in there. Pastel peach. These MemOffice markers are okay, but they're not my favorite. My Copics are still my favorite marker overall, but they're okay. I just feel like some of them were very dry when I first started using them. Once I shook them up a little bit and started using them on paper, they did well, but they don't do well on glossy paper. I'm finding that they do better. Yeah, we're in California. We're now in our own house. You know, we're still unpacking and doing stuff. But every day, little by little, you know. Then there's stuff we have to buy and things like that. So, you know, like food is very different here. Plus, you know, when I go to the store now, see, I have to read every little thing about it. Now, I can't buy the same food that I was eating before I went into the hospital. Because now that, you know, I have my diagnosis, I have to live a much healthier lifestyle, you know. Everything is calories. Well, it's really low sodium diet. So what you have to do in that is I have to measure everything in sodium. So you have to go, okay, how many things, okay, this is how much is in a serving. So this is how much I can have. Like, you know, is this 10%, 20%? You know, when I go out, sometimes the meal is like 100% sodium. And so what they say is a lot of times with people who have salt problems is that there's, you know, people do this and people don't even realize this. I didn't realize this. that we're only allowed so much sodium in our bodies. And if we exceed that, then we get really sick and bloated, like I was. I hadn't even realized I had been so bloated. We have a Sprouts. I saw a few on the highway. I haven't been able to get to them yet. Haven't been in them yet, I should say. 68 is turquoise blue. Oh, that's nice. That'll work. And so then, they were telling me, a lot of the doctors, now I'm under a new insurance plan because, I'm in California. So we don't have the same insurance companies in New York that they do in California. So I'm paying for my own medical insurance too. So luckily for me, I had enough money when I left New York that I could do it for a few months. And I've been getting my medicine, but I'll tell you, I take a lot more medicine than I did before. But at least I know what's going on with my body, and now I can actively monitor my health and figure out what we're doing is we're cooking a lot of our own meals too. When we buy meat, we refrigerate a lot of it because meat tends to go bad really fast, so you have to store it in the freezer. It was very different. When I go out, I'm very careful about what I eat. Or I'll tell them, please, why is there so much sodium? Can you take off the butter, or can you not have that on it? Or if I order a burger, when I go out and it has fries, I go, can I have like maybe a salad with it instead of having the fries? Because fries are loaded with sodium, loaded with salt. So I can't have fries unless I decide to cheat. And then I have to have a very small meal at dinner time if I do that. So keep that in mind that, food has become, first food was challenging, but I decided to have some fun. And you guys, if you saw my Amazon Prime Day stream, which was, Kim was the only one talking in that one. Though, my Prime Day came and I was really happy. Prime Day was a good day for me. I didn't get a light pad. That's the next thing I have to get. Well, I've already lost, when I left New York, I was 288 pounds. Last time I weighed myself, I was 188, 87 pounds. The last time I went to the doctors. But since then, my pant size has dropped another pant size. So I think because I was wearing 16s, now I think I can get into a 14, a size 14. So it's been a very challenging thing for me. Hold on. Yeah. Sometimes you get these things on your thing. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's the result of the medicine that I take. Was I exercising? Because, when I lived at my brother's house, I had the dog. And I really liked having the dog because, we would go out for a walk. He has a, what do you call them? A French bulldog. My brother's dog is a French bulldog. I really liked the dog. Me and the dog really got along in my brother's house. Now my brother's all upset because the dog is like, the dog has bonded with me. And my brother's like, I want the dog to visit because I miss the dog. My brother's like, I know you want him. I know you want to kidnap him. You see this? I'd like to put some things on it. As you guys can tell, I really enjoyed this book. I don't want that going all over. We'll see. You know, and I'm living in a gated community, so that's really good. So, you know, I was tempted to do it. Oh, no. Oh, well, we'll just, some of it bled through to the other page, but that's okay. We'll take a pencil and we'll go over it with a pencil background and just do it in a pencil. Like what I did with that J. Summer book. There were some marks on there, so I colored it in yellow. They're really pretty. See. Tell you, it's so different in California here. The weather is really nice. I mean, it's different than it was in New York. You know, in New York, I was freezing, I was cold. You know, I didn't get around a lot in New York. You know, I didn't walk around a lot. But I did like it. Maybe later on I'll call up my sister-in-law and see my nieces. I do miss them. We do want my brother to come, though. There are things we need. He can take us shopping since he has a car. I have a few ideas how I can get him here. So, what is the sign of a juicy marker? It goes through the page, but some of it went through. So you can see some of the purple went through. That's okay. You know why? Because I'll just, you know what I'll do with that? I'll just take a pencil and do a pencil background over it when I do that picture. No, unless it's raining. But what I did with the Copics, because my mother bought a bunch of these organizer trays, I think when she went to Home Goods. She didn't take the sticky stuff off. So what I'm going to see, you see the refills here? These are all the skinny Copic refills that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sticky stick. What I'm going to do with this sticky thing, I'm going to put them on the bottom drawer. I'll leave them there so that way then when I need them, I'll have them, you know. I wanted to see if I can do this. Some of you know I got Copics all over my hand, the ink, when I try to refill. Yes, and there is a colorless blender. So we did that. So that off too. So that'll. There. There. That'll take that there. That's Copic refills. One less thing to do. Yeah. Or maybe I should just leave it with the rest of the Copic so I know where the rest of them are. Yeah. The idea is to use up the bigger refills first and then. Well, I bought these because these MemOffices I bought were just $20, so they weren't a lot of money. So these will probably be the last budget-friendly markers, and then I'll just stick to the Copics because it's just easier for me that way. So we did another one, so that's 2 in this book. So we did this one. I do like the purple here. This one, when I get around to coloring it, I'll just color it in a purple background, or a blue background, or a black background, or whatever background I want. I have watercolors. I did not get rid of them, even though I think I should have, but that is what I had done today. So I want to thank you guys so much for coming. So much. You guys really did do that. And then we did the fairies, which I love this blue hair. I would never have thought of doing blue hair. This was Kim's idea to do the blue hair. I would have never thought to do blue hair. So I do like the way this came out. So you see, sometimes darker colors come out light and lighter colors will come out darker. And I hope everybody had a good time. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. I hope you all enjoyed this. And everybody, remember, have fun, color well, and be good. Bye, everybody.